Punch is alive on Kessben television. We're live on YouTube. We're live on Facebook. We're live on Kessben television. And you bring two educated young men. And you know more about our program. So yeah, there's only one country called Ghana. Now, Sunday Adibia Mekano say election 2024. The main political actors are a war that political stage and our platform, the incumbent NPP, and then the biggest opposition, the NDC. Who gets power 2024 December to rule Ghana from 2025 and beyond. Now, Ninyana Koyese, then Edebema Obia, then Adrian said, or Tuaba Edama New Patriotic Party, now a breaky 8. And now Tuaba Edama the NDC, now Wasiaba Ababetua Amamua Wujato 2016. Ninyana a policies and programs. Our political parties no eshishe ene ne nsunsanso a ebenya ediama Ghana this year a wotoaba. Now yes see safi we say MP a political year enunti yasodue ene se endiama political parties no eya na mo a wotu brano no yebetena se na yetoato adwenfa ho na she ensunsanso ewo aba yebeto December 7th 2024 now confirmed said December 7th and yebeto aba in 2024 enunti enwumbre a yetna punch jumadi so yebehwe said na watchi new patriotic party and SMB SCC ewo party no outdoor the campaign team yebehwe eno say ebe impact on the campaign for 2024 elections. Again, party no assign to an among outdoor the manifesto committee and also so so a war for party no any suade huno at the same. Now what they know eto hwa embra shebedwam den Ebiaka say it was an attempted coup. Ebi say a abortive coup. Ebi say at the end of the day, the coup no succeed. And then NC Embrashebedjem with respect to the majority caucus. I'm a leadership I war Embrashebedjem and no assassin. Yebeshe and also so one assembly and so answer war for the campaign strategy, campaign activity of the new Patriotic Party. Now we'll look at the NDC press conference and then some what the two about matters relating to corruption within the main political parties. Ejenyumbre ene yentna sabri ayeshe jumadi ase ekopim abra ebebo nondu ebe sorry so we're going to have frank interesting discussion on the program enyumbre na said de bia mekano no the punch program no enye complete and I say enwe peye I just said wadwen kire unsusu ye ene wase bisa onso so de aba adwumadie no so ama ya kenkan amawiase afana nyina enso so ate se na awdwen enwumbre so mama wakwaba de aba punch dwumadie eso enwumbre said the medical de atodwa two educated highly educated men young men and a war studios are Dr. Michael Damwa, a chairman NDC Professional Forum, or sign a lecturer, Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, or her enyumbre. Dr. Michael Damwa me mawakwaba. But o microphone waso. Me mawakwaba. Na boko die.
Nyamiatum.
Okay. Dr. Kessben Owusupoku, a policy analyst and he is a strategic communicator for the new Patriotic Party. Doc, me mawajo.
When you are making so.
Nampom to say.
Nyamiatum. So here.
Ubadi adumukro crying.
Yamias.
Okay. So enyumbre wa wo hye enyumbre wa wo tie enyumbre punch jumade na na ya sha ase no my very good friend, very good friend for a very long time. I have not seen him. Soon, Professor. Yeah, Hans Atta. Mechana Yumbre baby or will be a mechana mehunache. I'm sure saying to be a mehuno. So, Professor Hans Atta baby, I will be a mechao and Yumbre. He is a lecturer or Kenton Apia Minka. University. Yes, Michelle, baby, I will be a Michelle and you break. Now, at some point, Juma Dina, as a meeting at your Ohene Gyan lawyer, thank you, and I will say thank you too. Now, mention say in free Dr. Kessben, Owusu na Membisa say, na watchi party no de nema bi atoto akwem. I just say, aka last one, yes, the presidential running mate will be outdoored. Not just a party, I completed, ready for combat for election 2024. Now, so share a campaign team structure na party outdoor na watchia. A Chelsea party now ready for election 2024.
No cry, woman say the NPP as a political party, and now you can say the party looks very ready for elections 2024. Now you can elections 2024 as immediate. Mechia, the leader of the party, Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. Now Machia, the campaign chairman, and then Nimpenny for Oradan Buche, the director of operations, Justin from Ponkodia, the general secretary. Now, after the membership of that team that we're talking about, and the structure now, it means that the party is ready and the party is not going to leave any stone unturned. What you say? And to share the characters I don't buy even in the campaign team now. What follow Oradan Buche for some time? What means he's one of the most strategic politicians in this country. What you say? If you ban with general secretary all through, we should be said Justin from Ponkodia, the way he's so liked across.
Okay, not to cut you, but then heard the structure. Now, structure no campaign advisory committee or His Excellency John Ajekum Kufuor, or His Excellency Nanado Dankwa Kufuado, and all members of the National Council of Elders. Right Honorable Freddie Wosume Uble, Madam Elizabeth Ohene, Joyce and Honorable Kusia Frima Osei. Now that is the campaign advisory committee. Ebiaka say we sa superstructure we ebeyedin.
Unim obi a obeka che se sa nipakuo nsun yi. Omuni bibia de kan politics, na on politics ase. Ana mpanyimfo ka se wo panyipa ofia oye. Wo hwe mpanyimfo a ya list omu ya from a year former President John Ajekum Kufuor, Nanado Dankwa Kufuor, Council of Elders, Penyifo Mumu, and in Penyifo ya Babisi, a year a Ralph Remore Pariswa. These are very experienced people in politics.
Okay.
What I say? And these are people almost send back come Bekano crowd a doma a king ebedi party. Well, I just imagine say Okwa campaign as a political party like NPP. Now a year wow nipa wow mumba mateteno John Ajekum Kufuor say oye ne papa. Now Kufuor because would there be campaign me family hunji. Look at the sort of impact they bring on the party. About campaign cried. More so when such a person will feel the strongest hold of the party, that is Ashanti region. And it's only a bit self power and penny for no advice here. These are some back or back penal. Has some going to be my year more campaigning another drive. And that is something as a political party, we value it so much. Yet here say and penny for like this. All these people in our party today to guide your Nyama Yebeye, some be shepherdie moving forward, your Kasemu, your Nyamamu, your campaign. And we shouldn't forget, these are people that they've run elections on multiple occasions.
Okay.
They understand the politics of this country. Or tomato every nook and cranny of this country. It's just a BB you cost on Muntiasi. As you do be a opinion, what's a formal crana? A dear, me fruit, ya, them who are dear. or no opinion or two from no, who hadn't quite tell me. What just say? Because Anna was structures be of former and Momunya information be a year
Munya, okay. So, my member the next layer, which is the campaign operations. Justin Kodua Frimpong, director, and the deputy leader Henry Nana Boache. Now, these two people campaign operations, Justin Kodua and Nana Boache. And then you come to the next layer, which is C, campaign chairman and strategist. Honorable Damboche is the chairman, Honorable Fred Owari, a deputy, and Nana Akomia, and so a deputy. Now you have campaign management. Honorable Frederick Opare and Son, campaign manager, Antoinette Sibuda, research and administration, Osei Bonsu Amwa, Mobi Amwa, parliamentary campaign, and Ibrahim Anyasu, the deputy presidential campaign, electoral affairs, Peter McMahon, senior campaign 8. Now about campaign coordinators. And the spokesperson remains Dr. Gideon Boakon as a spokesperson. And then campaign communication directorate to have Dennis Edward Miracle Sabwaje, deputy Yawaduma Kobefi, and then Akaba, and then you have Maxwell Kobia, Kwabna Sante, and all those as a social media person. Research directorate, Dr. Isaac Owusu Mensa, finance and fundraising, Aloro Mutaka, and legal director Frank Davis Garinimako, and then diplomatic liaison Ambassador Edward Boateng. Now, what's the structure? Said ya, what said ya see here? A complicated structure, and complex structure.
Not at all.
Overlap with
not at all
functions and all that.
Not at all. With Mama area about overlap here. Not my explaining the what you say. Not at all. When the Bible share structure now, it will be our war and Nibia politics. Maybe I would tell you say.
So senior campaign 8, and then campaign management. Senior campaign 8, you have engineer Kwabena J, Ajipon, John Buadu, Kofi, Dimasi, Susanna Alo, Salifu, Said, Samuel Auku, Honorable Anthony Abeifa Kabo, Dr. Nyame Bafi, and Honorable Nia J. Soa. And then you have campaign management. Another 4 sets.
What do you say? Senior campaign 8. Don't say 8. The word 8. They say omo boa obi. It's omo flag bearer ni movie. Omo ni movie.
Okay.
What just say? It's as omo within the team no. You benya omo flag bearer no kaya no. Ne kasa ne wa beka no. Omo ne be handle. Flag bearer no research on be no. Obi say Nyame Befi. He's a researcher. One deputy director of research for the MPP. So ono no ebe handle the research part. It's before say flag bearer ni be do krobi so be kan asem no. Na say onim de akoso kro ni so. O ja say wo she obi say ora Kwabena Japan. Na bi wo no ma say onya mpanyifo bi a efutuo bi na bi wo no mo na be ma obe direct flag bearer no. And these are things that we free man enye ye. That is why even in a governance structure, it got a presidential staffers. And your presidential staffers. In a campaign, you need a similar structure to shepherd a flag bearer.
And then you have campaign coordinators.
Yes. The campaign coordinators, so share Juma Mudia. I think say
Honorable Joseph Kujo, coordinator, identifiable groups. Honorable Mevizawa Kumsin, coordinator, coastal zone. Dr. Anana Ayu Afriye, coordinator, Middle Belt Zone, and Dominic Nitiwu, coordinator, Northern Zone.
Fantastic. We should be to say, we should Jumedia coordinators in Bidia. Now, say country, no, your groupie country into 3 to a very large extent. And you're creating a 4th country, and a 4th part of the country, which is identifiable groups. Go share political party, Jumedia. These identifiable groups or associations or more ethical party no party no you believe in the same principles. These are people party no campaign party structure no. Because 2020 and 2016, you know my loyal ladies. They work they almost every village in this country. What just say Jumedi Omudi no more sa fama no near group be enough for president. Taxi drivers, some campaign group. And these are groups, only identifiable groups no. Eti omo e juma die sonko. The other identifiable, the other coordinators ne nkofo a ombe da ye jumedi within the various belts no ano. For instance, where you a free middle belt. It is where they do a Ashanti region bono afuna se for no. Or no sadi and nifu from share who say eh adwuma dia moka se mudi. Moka se na mo be campaign ABCD. Why ABCD ana? Results happen yen saka.
Okay. So as far as we are concerned, the structure no as it say okay.
Structure no looks very fantastic, especially the do akuzo say who ye part we nkwane ni age aid operations side no.
Okay.
Only say NPP as a political party. Ye fruma and ya holding kese Ashanti region. So when you have the two operation directors coming from Ashanti region, it means that the party is going to give Ashanti region a special focus. And the Nipo sat down on Justin Frimpong Kudia. They say the ratings, politicians in Ashanti region, minimum the rating also change Justin Frimpong Kudia. Even NDC for Krabi Bennett mean can but just because of Naho Fama, a board the many pa any the way carry no. So such a person no ebetimian boama apathy are usually after every 8 years MPP belusu aba and now Ashanti region issues be bahanu apathy tisi no e ma apathy no crab form and that is where I
maybe that's I could just Frimpong could as you have said there's a very unique politician, upcoming politician obi abona baso say so Samia Uku is also somewhere who is also very instrumental and all that. Now my main call Michael Homeba, I will come back to you number bisa so we have structure we send it here. Okay, me prem to my main call na membra na me bisa that question. Now doc. Now NDC me gidi is more monitor because money or mona money MPP na ekwa akansie enti ade bia yesi wo bia no mani wo mpa so wo hwe campaign team a o ma outdoor na wo twa ye kan wasem ya ejam ayam hihye se enkrofo campaign team ya o ma set up idi ama agro no emu ayeden
yo mini amidase
be microphone kakra ma
me dase maminchia ye tiefo kakra na minchia ye mpanimfo so wo NDC NDC Professional Forum me penny Ambassador Sampi Yale and ye flag bearer John Dramani Mahama me chia mpanimfo nyina ja structure can structure and minia say obo oka superstructure and say yura
the campaign advisory committee no you have His Excellency John Ajekum Kufuor, Nana Akufo-Addo, members of the National Council of Elders, the former campaign chairman of the party, Freddie Blay, Madam Elizabeth Ohene, Joyce Aye, and Akusia Frima Osei Opare, Chief of Staff.
Yes. Ninjina yefe mpanimfo a womudi mu pa ye just ye respect omo very fine characters, personalities I womo uhwe structures ya womo a present ya efe uhwe na eniso a efe but at the same time no me mami adwuni bi say ase yarefo a why vulnerable yede mojaduro ya toto nnuru a yede hye ne kena said na ho den ebe kosoro wohwe mu a nipa na owo center na oye flag bearer no oye weak we ho enti wohwe sa structures na dodo no a chese yede amanfo wo hwe damboche oyobi a in fact ye can Ghana politics a odi mu ye eba MPP a odi akotini ye obobo Justin Kodua no moni ade wo ni nina no nipa a chese wo mo eba be supporto ye flag bearer no na flag bearer na nkasa ye hwan wo no na ye NDC no ye hwe no
okay
flag bearer no ye hwan oyobi o very vulnerable oyobi a o kire se amamu a ye wo mu presently no oni se okasa enye ye eba decision making na ontimi na no kasa enu akire so enti I don't think I'm busy or vulnerable, no.
Okay.
Uhwe nipa bi a otisa nipa ban a oye say almost 8 years ye man no akwenya say omra meboa Ghana ono no ye economic management team leader anko no na say Ghana shebre ehye ne nsa na watimi aba abonten abeka say oni say ewo policy making munti no ono entimi a impact on kwanya yetibi manage Ghana economy na oba besisa niema no na otimi hu say flag bearer no weak enti eno na justify sa structures bebrebe a wankasa obie wa no kan say e look very complicated ebiana overlapping abamu ebiana coordination create me very difficult. Enti ye anticipate say enema bi sa bit me challenges bit me abamu pa. No ne ade a meme hu for now.
Maybe that Simbesan about China yato so Dr. Michael Damwa. Now member our Kessben this one last one on this one. Ebia ka say wo champanyimfo a ya line or app with the various structures now. Kamia say we Justin Kodriane na B na Boache and a few others ya say old faces here na yasin akeka omo aboma say ya mo various designations as members of the campaign team no ya no say say kada there ya na old faces here na yasin among different layers constitute the campaign team.
May you ask me about dealing with the propaganda quickly. On say at least academics in the anchor. Your propaganda number on Waka. There's no way about Miaka say no need any say in policy making. What I say, even in his speech, but he said my colleague Dr. Wakai or chair the Abina ye. The Abina ye or no yadisha and Sawaye. And in any swadihuno. For example, maybe so can we see doc with department, I am head of department. But what ideas be? I am near Anjantu, and not just say uniseo, but and you know the final say. Just say, but be head of department, vision, no bet my implement it. To about Miaka say now, yet twist and say also unisea. Now I think we are not being fair to the facts. Ebu, I say yes about me a week, about me a week. Me who baby, I say no baby, I just about me a week. The fact say only the final authority. And now we need that executive power. No, that's not mean so you're weak. It means that we serve you be vision. And I think a lawyer, no better say. Things Article 58, if I'm right. The executive powers of the state rest with the president, not the vice president. What you say? To carry even the functions of the vice president, and then you want to say the Constitutional Review Commission. No more suggested, be more suggested say vice president position. Can you either say be chief of staff a few? Then my vice president play chief of staff role. No. That will make the vice president more visible. Doc, I think it's a propaganda idea. I know strictly on academic lines. Now, senior, on say this politics are there are some faces old people. But my career free man what you say? There are some faces who are new. Almost someone carry
Okay.
So you take the best of the old and the best of the new.
Okay.
And I'll share even the manifesto committee and running the area. Realize even there are new faces. I mean, and I'm like, wow. Because share the selection of people on the manifesto committee, it tells you say Dr. Baumia seeks to do something new. Kwajopoku. Obian's were energy experts. He's worked with the think tanks all through and through. And there's such a person not being in charge of the energy policy. It means our think tanks no akano Imani, ASEP, IES, Omunano ever come at boom. Then Omun Sabo Bakan the Bia by Bia Fanya. This time we're going to bring it on board. What just say? We should be said Dr. Ama. Or why at the point now or with the curriculum. Where on one way lecture. It was a lecture so it is such a person handle the educational committee. Any educational part of the manifesto, or the certain ideas about on board, some ideas so probably in feature. And we should be say Gideon Wako. Gideon Wako has been the spokesperson for the vice president. But on this particular committee, or handle issues of land minerals and natural resources.
Yes.
It means that there's such a person no or no obem with open ideas. Na nipa ba kwa me hu ni din wa mani je Dr. Osesi Beyeboa. On say in the previous parliament, people thought say only the establishment were issues.
Makasibe
Beyeboa.
Mark no ba na nkrofo.
Yeah, Beyeboa. People thought only establishment were issues. People at the point quite tipped him for the finance ministry position. What I say? But when such a person never handle the issues on the economy. So we say at least Dr. Bawumia is trying to be what show say he's going to be his own man. And what show say or the Nkofwa ye nyina gidi say omo new ideas and on board. Me wo papa bidin William Opombio in charge of agriculture. He's one of the best agriculturists in this country.
Honorable candidate Japan partner no.
Yeah, the partner no. And about financing agriculture, he's about the best in the country. And he's in charge of agriculture here. So he tells you, say, Dr. Bawumia Peswoye, he's looking for new ideas. Idea yen tries here, beye. It's in Yama no rock in Japan, a campaign, no can want them, agric. Now be benefit upon you. And now upon you have the chance to bring it into the manifesto. This tells you, say, NPP is thinking about a manifesto, and just a political manifesto.
What is the manifesto? Because now if we are
oh, yeah, remember, I said, I can't committees now.
Because, so we have manifesto committees now. Honorable Seche Mensa Bonso as chairman of the manifesto committee, Honorable Kojo Ponkroma vice chairman, and then everyone Hughes as the secretary. Then the committee coordinators, Professor Kwaku Apia Edu, and then Dr. Isaac Owusu Mensah. And then you have the subcommittee chairs, Dr. Asibe Yeboah Economy, Tony Otinjesi, Trade and Industry, Kwajon Safwa Poku Energy, Petroleum, William Opombio Agriculture, Augustine Blay Communication and Digitalization, of course, that is his field. Dr. Gideon Buako Lands, Minerals and Natural Resources. Dr. Emmanuel Mafu, Science, Technology, Innovation and Environment. Maxwell Opoku-Agyeman, say, Anyumbre Michel Adro himself, the medicine man himself. Michel Legal and Governance, and then Justina Marigold Local government. Yes. So Dr. Gideon Buako, and then you have Maxwell Opoku-Agyeman, and then you have Kwabena Japan Housing and Infrastructure, Hassan Tampuli Transport, Edward Asamoah Security, Mark Kwe Jr. Foreign Affairs, Asamoah Jan Youth and Sports, Juliet Asante Tourism, Amasewa Gender, Kofi Jimasi Chieftaincy, Dr. Uefree Health, Dr. Prince Hamid Ama Education. Now, people have said, Ubi to say Asamoah Jan, why Asamoah Jan as the chair for the youth and sports? People have raised issues with that and related matters. Now, it's already manifesto committee, and also so to say that I can't first one, a party now ready to come out with serious policies and programs to sell to Ghanaians for 2024.
Exactly. Because we say we share a year manifesto committee. But I'm picking free to now can't somewhere Jan Masin. They be a cat sports one. Some sports is a business. But Ghana in treaty sports a business now. Other countries a treaty no. Countries like UK and other places sports and running on economies. But Ghana is Ghana so go for winning ball also. Now sometimes I can't say the sports people, the football people. The question is, are there football people beyond Omo Mobile Nangasa? As a Mojan with his level of experience, both locally and internationally, you know, such a person about on board, at least on him sports for problem. What I say, our colleagues within the sports arena. These colleagues are Stephen Apia near the scene now. Or will be qualitating ideas about on board. At least it tells us, baby, a movie corner, we want to have practical solutions. And then the theoretical ones are the near trotro, young, NPP as a government has made the biggest investment in sports. This NPP government in the history of Ghana. What I say, we are no free man in ye, but we see facilities in area. Now one for the touch, the human touch, no, the Rema build that expertise, no one can one. In ye, it will share a year manifesto committee on sports. I think so we nailed it. On a bit on education, a Dr. Prince Ama. He's been an educationist all through and through. He's worked from Wache Krecha there all the way to the university. So he understands the problems. And our civil society is why you're Juma for some time. So we expect on also bano. On a doctor, money, professor, your hands, Muna Bishia. And this is for no job in ideas. What I say? Next, my ideas, you didn't can only at Trigana Magana. I cabeshe. Because within an education system that will be competitive globally. Education system.
So it is said the manifesto committee, the party is solid and ready for 2024.
I'm super convinced in my mind without any sort of doubt.
But mama call a doc or a Damwahona mentioned on this. Now I'm sure say more launch more manifesto committees. Okay, so there are more launch more manifesto committees membership anyway. Now there are more made opponents and they are babble thing and what they seeks to do a demo I am share say encrofui o mama adwuma na emu ayedin.
We there enya here busu ye kra member back to your friend saying campaign team no
okay
na me ne ka say as a me ya ye propaganda kakra but utie ono ankasa nenum asemu a no ka say fine gentlemen bi wo mu a e wo team no mu a enka one more fine ideas, but obia amfa one more ideas. Enti no, I say yentie one more asem. Enti no, one more ede ba with a new vision. One more ba abeboano. Enti a form of maybe wouldn't say a form of rebranding, but old faces be bring a woman.
Okay.
Old faces be bring one more. Just say one more, na just say a memoya air cosuya a man for dudwana air complaining. One more and a come. Intino just rebranding. New a ibia in Nimusa. And I think so. No, can say I feel the. Baumia eba as a man of his own, just say obia or no ankasa betimi take ni own decisions. If the previous government no onye mampeni na powers no ehye nensa ye hwe ye constitution na mampeni tumi no eso nti no enka na or suggest posenka enu nti na ye say was say yetimi esesa constitution no kakra said your friend saying vice president bit me anya to me kakra but baumia ayobia your president his excellency Nana Adodankwa Ekufuado edeno ba ye de no kire Ghana afana nyina say ninim die akwa echire pa oye economist o nimdie kese pa na ono ena ode economy na ahye ne nsa se obe transform Ghana Ghana mampani ankasa na kan yo nti odina to economic management team ano se onhwe na Ghana ntumpon enti se obeka se he is not a man of his own now. Okay, I say, oh, now you can be bisa. Na afena, well, afena, all babe ready obit me aya. Na meno ama majini mwa mena kakra ize yeni muno dada. Well, wanko babia oni ya na ewa hanom. Ono ano wo eyi government mu a chese oni wo mo ye adwuma. Nti e ba ne say na ne de onu mo ma be ye new personality a ye polish no for a new government a ebeba. Ye gidi say still an ye was I believe no say or ye a very weak candidate.
Okay. Now before I be through na baba a Dr. Kessben ho. So share embra muyi mo flag bearer former president His Excellency John Dramani Mahama.
Yes.
Ne tama MPP for so ekoyi Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. now say obaye na ho keka embriti away niema o launch ne niema o di sisi akwam se eye yi na mo de no emba wano mo fa election we no say eye done deal eye so simple ma montina mo ko digidi said ya Dr. Baumia ba na say ya o ko digidi na
well say ye no ye de niema etoto akwan mu a professional forum your friends a manifesto committee you can hold the name a ye bom modern say ye be share manifesto committee there be ye nyan lanche but ye say okay 2024 green book na 2020 green book na ye boy pa ye contribution na ekonim enti no ade a ye ni abre say ye be ye adwuma ma etimi akonkan ye hwe Dr. Mahmudu Baumia the message baby ota hammer on very often digitalization now can say enema oye bebrebe nyina emu ihu ana say digitalization na openi Baumia de aye na ye ne policy ba ko flagship policy a offer say ebetimi a transform Ghana but me ka amagana fo nyina te say the foundation of digitalization nankasa no NDC na building wahu NDC na building asla oso ankasa no muto na kan say NDC ampa yemfa sa credit no ma wo na wo mo no de sa cloud cover na ebe kan ho said ye more operational so enti no enye policy bia tem bia digitalization no enye policy bia yesro sa evize niema yankasa na ye start yankasa na ye establish ye friends foundation no enti ye wo policies wo for sa domain no nti enye bibia you're scared about.
Okay, Dr. Michael Damwa and I will share no in your brain or punch Jumadi so our Kessben television. Dr. Michael Damwa and I will share no in your brain. I will sign it's our Kessben television on punch program no eso. Now Dr. Kessben na opesa we
the first thing they say, man can say, oh, fine gentlemen do until my ideas. And on doctor, they say, man, I'm kind. The mechanic say, there are fine gentlemen in government, old faces are, you don't want to come home. And a fine new faces, else you don't want to come. So we've taken the best from the old and the best from the new.
Okay.
What I say, and Africa themselves for me committee so. To make a committee, I know I'm going to come on. After I'm going to be on. Judgment is super. The fact say a year we are member of the government, no. And I say Ora Baumia vice president, and I say even we're a member of the EMT, which is just a convention, a constitutional injunction. Say I'm part, yes, say create an EMT. It doesn't change the power structure of governance. It doesn't mean so a vice president that will to meet a vice president. The president's vision and a mun almost every on. It was a anyone was say Mutua Bayi John Mahama about 11 months ni only running mate. What I said that should tell you so to me no Mutua Bab Ebia John Mahama and Semni Kuta. Mopa Mukofa a year Jesus Christ and made John Mahama running mate. The flag bearer no and a 2 minute Kutano. And irrespective of whoever Dr. Baumia chooses as running mates no. Say people when you abandon 2024 to me no Dr. Baumia vision as any pakoba be pushi. And we need to get that understanding. Dog say o muna boa me a green book. Dog when a green book na question marks on pa. So and my musa be propaganda ni free bano. But I need you to get something on digitalization no. What him say Obika said digitalization this na bedrock, that is an absolute lie. Oshe a year the 4th Republican history of Ghana. Rollins I mean read this story be from 14th August 2007. President Kufuor performed ceremony to begin works on broadband project. Okay, story in the first paragraph. President John Ajekum Kufuor on Monday performed the ceremony to mark the formal commencement of work on a $70 million landmark national communication backbone transmission project to provide broadband for countrywide deployment of ICT. Infrastructure for digitalization. Ebio, what's the fiber optics in this country? NDC is responsible for only 7%. MPP is responsible for 93%. It's the other case NDC bedrock, NDC na Metituma enye and now doc you can say the digital infrastructure and the digitalization, they are two different things. Digitalization say what you sue the data now are collecting to change manual processes. What I say ampa NDC she biase but obiani one more person can create maka say the MPP within the last 7 years no NDC bit back compare into the MPP. What I say and even for the main data acquired the years in 2006 I say data in the NI you did the data crampa yet me to so 2010 you could deal so I went to what I say currently as we speak who said John Mahama or in 2019 or no claim me say NI on a year or Jenica 2019 abra wo year now one another president time a year na one is the first person converting ID card on any but Ojenga 2019
maybe I pay new one
and you correct the make can say or no card Ojenga 2019 and the MPP Nanado was the first person to take his card in 20 abra MPP shas here that should tell you say Ghana NI card here you know MPP na here you and different governments have tried. Okasa me no agin. But the Ekuta say an MPP are buying and another in the year. What I say? So let's give credit where credit is due. And end this pricing baby. Make I say 7% no man. Fiber optic broadband and the NC and part 7% pay. MPP is accountable for 93% of it. These are facts. I don't know, but really they for a year. Mokramu broad my fiber optic amule just $35 million. Before there was $70 million. Time when iPhones started crying at to say, oh Ghana. It was an MPP. Nina can digitalization ubio. It was NDC and digitalization. Mule the bedrock of it. Muna moye the godfathers of digitalization. That is an absolute falsehood.
Right, Doc. Any rebuttal on this one before I move on to the next issue?
I can say on Asempa FM, Eslausu and Kasayanomutu. Obia. OTM and check it on Asempa FM. Eslausu and Kasan Nekanye. So we did a very good job laying a good foundation. And now one more ebe ade up with the cloud cover. Well, and you know, Mekase NDC NLA foundation now. Me right.
Okay. Maybe there's a punch and I will share our Kessben television. In Yumbre, we are also live on YouTube, we are live on Facebook. Bet me the Wajen Chere Ususie and I say Wase Bisano Aba 0551 599 933 0551 599 933 is our WhatsApp or a text line. Just send us a WhatsApp or a text message or 0551 444 933. Send us a WhatsApp or a text message. Now, me call Parliament today. We now say and then they see Parliament. Now, with respect to the majority caucus, Kessben,
Senior
majority caucus. At the end they see what they eliminate say. Honorable say Chairman Sabosu, and ana majority leader, and ana the deputy, Honorable Afenyo Markins. Okay, now a bus neck ebe committee na agenda no so na a copy or so the changing positions or the exact words na I'm not using na majority caucus. Okay. Yeah. Subsequently, the social media say, majority caucus no best Sam Afenyo Markin be majority leader and Honorable say Chairman Sabonsu will be made to take over as a chairman of the manifesto committee and all that. Edumwana Honorable Joseph Osei Usu Jowais or deputy speaker of parliament. Ezusu ebe kasa to the press said asem na ekoso no nye no kre because by the new standing orders our parliament I issue outdoor or use to see the majority caucus na what the mandate say obe power dia obeye one leader majority leader now as far as omoye concern omonye so omosesa honorable say chairman sabun so no an majority leader now enwechi adeche ya honorable say chairman sabun so nwumbre na hu so say wa resign as majority leader ama obeye after resigning na obeye chairman of the manifesto committee. Now people have asked the question, say, was it a coup d'etat? Was it push? Was it did he jump or whatever? The bottom line is
there's a new majority.
There's a new majority leader, and quite fast by another. Was it a coup d'etat attempt by the party to impose a new majority leader on the majority caucus? And I said, NDC for the by MPP. The same thing I'm why and I said then I see.
Yo, Matiminia, I think said this issue is a very important one. Now, regarding Honorable Joseph Osei-Wusu statement, my name is Speaker of Parliament, so a ruling on the same.
Honorable Sohini, a seek interpretation on that.
Speaker say, Honorable Joe Osei-Wusu say, members of Parliament, it's a bit may decided on their leadership. There's a wrong interpretation of that provision. Because to start with, you came to Parliament on the ticket of the party. But they're not almost seeking say, so you need to have an engagement with the caucus. Caucus must make an input into it. And based on the speaker if I'm to go by that, it means say Honorable Joe Osei-Wusu's interpretation of that clause was erroneous. And I think say Honorable Chairman Sabo Swabaso. He's proving once again say he is a very dynamic politician. He understands the times and the seasons. Nukwe woman say reshuffle and say present day Osha reshuffle now. Parliament, almost all of them were taken out. Young nation himself, or say Chairman Sabo's uncle Parliament. And as you say a year, I to force and a friend of my own Central Region. Obesa make Omar to force in a very good match in Central Region. You need to elevate a friend of Markins. Oja so now fenyo so my head the campaign in Central Region because this 4 year was Central Region as to force and I say fenyo so is highly respected in Central Region. It would not match a year force na what is another level of Central Region. That thing so they say Honorable say chairman send him well enough say Ashanti Region running mate. Just imagine say Ashanti Region was general secretary, Ashanti Region was running mate, Ashanti Region majority leader. The question I could focus on say Ashanti Region and MPP. What just say? So Honorable say chairman Sabunsu as sacrifice the position for Ashanti Region to get a running mate.
Okay.
And for me, I think say as a politician and a young man from Ashanti Region, I'm happy with him. And do I idea should learn from a year sacrifice now when give it out. What I say because any day Ubisa may say you hear running mate and a majority leader. Because he hear running mate. The second thing is say, Memu say a year a rap Patricia PJ, yeah in the deputy majority leader. And I think that was part of the discussion and the course. Some of you are crowd there. Ashanti Region shouldn't lose your stake in the majority position. No, Jemma a rap Patricia PJ.
Okay.
And so a shareholder representing Ashanti interest. But moving forward, no, I think say Ora Chairman Sabunsu actually say he's a dynamic politician. Mabona Basu. And I know say politics there. We are in interest too. Lawyer, who and you can say you have shown the song of it means jubility.
Yeah, of course.
What I say? The same way, not been a see of parliament. There are people who say or more interest. Safe with Chairman Sabus. This is a politics of interest. And the been sweaty is all say you move your queen. You not any man for your markings, smoke cry, and in the next parliament. The very experienced Chairman Sabunsu knew one, then they wouldn't be found wanting. Okay. What I say? So that is a progressive way of thinking. Okay. But others because there be maintaining status quo. And I think so. Right, Chairman Sabunsu share the discussion there. Cause now what did he say? Or no, a giant majority position too. Near running meets. Now in your deputy speaker. I say interestingly, Risa Fonso Bayano. You're saying one important position as Ashanti Road Minister.
asenso boache
to share reshuffle here by prayer na go focus ada Ashanti region mo na munya post share deputy ministers almost Ashanti region for nya to be more from Kingsley nya honorable Kingsley nya ko
kwada so MP
honorable Vincent Kwesefua minua honorable Kwesi Kunadu minua Collins Adoma o just say it just say Ashanti region me be eba it's chairman sir as sacrificing home for Ashanti region. And I think say yeah MPP for a Ashanti region we should see him as such.
Okay. Maybe that's sick the Dr. Kessben Wusupoku and I will share in your break. I'll punch Jumadi so I will you know on this controversial issue and I will a course so with respect to the majority caucus. Now I call Dr. Michael the dynamics. Now NDC for thereby and I say a cool a stage from outside by the party. Edomo ako stage kunu ewo parliament now so share dynamics any the IC ewo mo opponent camp eye na wotwe a eze sana wo fanana.
Okay mze asemi by the key word na eta PA interpretation ye standing order no say enka caucus no en to mean choose one leader. If they don't elect, they choose their leader. And speaker, and so HSA, you came on the ticket of a party. So the mother party has a say in who should be the leader of the caucus. So, and it Sunday happened here now. Said the many Kessben can you know. Osechi Mensah has demonstrated some level of maturity, leadership, political maturity. But at the same time, no, Mensah Meka said he was coerced. Well, he was coerced, and Minya Kessben no can say or use the word be say he sacrificed. Well, which betrays the coercion. Yes, because there was resistance. Well,
from him or from who?
From all of them. If
it cannot be from all of them.
They were protecting him.
No, because
because we had
say nipa na ono ade no kwama no no. Say ompea and then there was a resisting. Well, so the resistance came from the fact say no feel say still no it was say well but me feel say party leadership play a certain role in convincing him to move away from that position so that things can be done effectively. And Sana happened here. And or see the impact of this or the consequence of this, no? And it's a Asantimem appointments be eba which is a good thing. If say no na ye pama Asantimai say Asantimai betimi etumpon. But too late.
Well, okay.
Yes. If say Oshe Asantimai state, current state, ye Rashi say, ye the amount for bad new faces aba to give assurance to the people and to the traditional rulers say, ye disappointing more but within this short period, no, ye babe boa ama niema sesa. Na wankasa hwe election year akaye buso mesen de pa na wenum betimi accomplish within this short time womu nyina focus ne se wo mbeboa Dr. Mahmoud Baumia ama wetimi abeye credible candidate if sense bebre na ewo ne ho so enti no me no me fear me wo no se ebeye nyina de se nka Asantimai wenum nyina betimi abeboa na enipa 43 mpenimfo a yefa omo abamu before reshuffle yi 43 anka won betimi akenya mampani ama wetimi abaye bibia ma Asantimai na ntimi amaso na yede say 6 months or say 7 months ebema promises say ye be transform Asantimai
Ojedi yes emfa
realistic.
No, but answer na be few no he oka asem bako a ene issue a nipa pi no eto adwen de fa on say in terms of central region dynamics.
Yes.
Say o say ato forcing the NDC here are reshuffle one minority caucus. Now the SC1PP afenyo marking as so be match we ato forcing our central region. A whole dynamics no so
okay, yeah no the you ni say caucus biano should reflect the national dynamics. It should be national in nature. So until say composition no represent these different personalities are okay. But say after your marking be match your friends at force meaning this strategy.
It actually is.
Oh, okay.
It actually is.
Okay, very interesting discussion ongoing. El Punch Jumadi so El Kessben television enyumbre wadwenche wonsusuye wasebisa odeba yebekenkan ama obia nsusu ati bi 0551599933 0551599933 is our WhatsApp or a text line. Just send us a text or a WhatsApp message or 0551444933. You can send us a text or a WhatsApp message on any of these numbers. Now, Punch and I will share our Kessben television will sign etie our Kessben radio. We are also live on Facebook. We are live on YouTube. Ubetimi share eho ina. Enyumbre mene Dr. Michael Damwa and Dr. Kessben Owusu Poku enetwetwe enkomo ewo jumadie yi so say medical card wa dwenche ba na yakenkan nche bia mekwa kan so far what you have sent now rebata be before I will come to
Dr. Kasho time near too short now. As I'm disappointed. I'm a bit surprised there. Because doc, a lawyer, I'm a say one day, but not say. Nan sector by sector. We say interestingly, NDC and NDC for 8 years, Mills Mahama, they did not complete and commission one single hospital in Ashanti region. Me say they did not complete and commission one single hospital in Ashanti region. Either the omu inherited and I said the omu ashasi. 2 pen or more that drain who shasi. Under NMS project. For me, Kumewu and Ashanti region be free. Omu friend back at 37%, back at 42%. Yeah, by way for me, Kumewu is almost done. Erojet omu inherited from President Kofo, or may you move ya. Yeah, by way Konongo, ya Yuso Diano, Tepa Ediano. Yeah, by NMS, your friends, Vamed project 5. Swami, draw a job on so, Chedia, Sabronum, and I think that Kabako, ye Sa 5 Nisuna. What just say? And these are projects, you do say about a sector by sector, NDC cannot match MPP in any way. NDC bound on disappointed Ashanti region. But look, well, at least as a politician, 10 months is a lot of time to do a lot of good or to do a lot of bad. What you say? And he say, you know, Manya Quenya say, Omani Swadihu, Semina Quenya, Kamaya Jumano pay to make sure say MPP are winning. They extended maternal. What you say? It's about Omoa Munya Quenya in education sector. Me expect to say Munya Penny Kingsley Nyako, or Mia Musampa NDC. The entire number of classroom space are created. A year Mudes near Susamusi was Ashanti region, movie 5 per day. The eye account that they are finding 9 chamo. Set 10 years somewhere. Nebia a 24-unit classroom. It means that meaning that we are 240 units per. And the MPP are over 1,800 units in Ashanti region. That's we are under 1,800 units in Ashanti region. Almost every school you go to. Mamfa Case as an example. Your 18 units, 400 bed dormitory, 400 bed dining hall. At a point, St. Louis, not my mistress, so there be a classroom beam, the a dining hall. What you say? So these are things, and this intimate compared to MPP. Let's talk about roots. A point said I'm Ashanti region. All in all, in 8 years, the money do 500 kilometers. And the MPP are in excess of 1,800 kilometers. This will be our own person. It is sector by sector. And you say it's our discussion. No?
We'll create the platform. No way. We'll create the platform.
And for your data, source of funding, project waste, all authoritative documents, loans are buying a kwaji or kwaji for him, all those sources. You have a time more discussion. Propaganda.
Yes, we'll go into that. But Dr. Michael Damwa, what are these bits in the buy? The response or the about what do you say to that?
Onka units. Onka project, huge project back when almost started here from a foundation. Womo dear siso. Womo dear siho. Ashanti region.
Mama be
Was it?
Mama be Mama be
I can't be brave and I say
no, now say Oshe Abraham PP by Ashanti region being the party stronghold.
Yes.
Or more disappointed Ashanti man. That's a short time we know. I want to mean anything significant. The best son the crew for perception. Now from the our kind.
Yes.
Oh, you still stand by that position.
Oh yes.
More
than 7 years. Yeah, 7 years. Now this any ordinary Ashanti person in Ashanti region. About what is going on in Ashanti region. The disappointment is great. Well, the disappointment is great. Even Kra Road are now one more day boost from say a year of roots no krano. Basically recently, among Foko a demonstration Kokobin appear do Kote.
Dog, does that mean say any roots? Does that mean say any roots?
So
they say Kasa can't use the roots now, but does that mean say any roots?
Well,
dog.
Now, and only
propaganda a dog they do. Does that mean say any roots? Yeah, roots. I need to say roots. What say?
What do we need to form pa? In fact, people are not happy. Well, what the expectation are now man for a war. Say, oh, ye party, and a MPP stronghold, and the yato about amamo. Now say no more promises on the year. Now share and net the level of disappointment now. It tells you say they underperformed. When you know about say the project be left and right.
Hey, this is project
well,
this is a project from here.
Concrete
concrete there dog.
Share minia abayi baye womu neglected projects be brave.
My example.
On the basis say we ya no mo na hospitals here are okay.
Hospitals there near
Kumewu
me patrol. Doc mama updates. We are say doc ko what? Mama updates.
Na kan rem.
Doc mama updates.
And now say na chese
doc kunim say be quite hospital. I shall send the champion. Mom kwaji hu ska 2012 mu demand sa 2024. Ye ko pay ska 2019 the commission in 2021. Where are we? Ebu unim say from na hospital mom kwaji hu ska na NMS in 2010. By 2014 we di hu ska wi amu ja 37%. Ye wi for me na me can make point say ma kwaji ska say be project. Project mo wi ska na sa. That's right. Doc asma me o say doc yakwaji ska say kuto nso wi. Yes, so the Yakwaton Sanasa. And I'm Macopes can Macotaba, that's what I mean. Timuko is cat 2010 Samusi, one number by you. More in 2014 is Canasa. Move for another 37%, Yakopiska is here. And no account near for me now, and one of the two Pamushas. Kumawu is about 95% complete, and no NMS project. Amushas. Maybe for you, maybe. On say under Eurojet project. Affair is almost done. Affair is almost done. It's you share a year even sewa. What's your year sewa? Cassia commission sewa. So, Doc Yahweh. Move you on, not say what I say. Scaco for petu in a movie, so I say. Ye by a size I could pay Casaba. Tepa, Yababi, we are commission, Eco 4 project. Conongo Eco 4 project, we are commission. NMS project. Manson contact dear Sabronum drop on so swami. 5 Nina hospitals, yes, in O just say, "Tido, where I don't want to nyama so." So what I mean is say, projects are ampa. Musana the mistake here is say you Kumasi. You just say Kumasi Nkwani Ashanti region. Kumasi are comprised of only 11 constituencies. The Greater Kumasi, only 11 constituencies. 36 are outside. It is a ye be kakra bi Kumasi. You say Kumasi the Nkwani Ashanti region. And what it means is that you don't want more outside Ashanti region. No, sound nima way now. Almost benefit you. But what I want to say is that you be say nyamre. Now you there whole pictures, whole videos. That's what we say. MP boys ni bi na Jay ni Jimmy. I'm going to call cycle collective. I'm visiting all these projects, 40 solid projects in Ashanti region. And now, I'm going video. Now, I pick data. Now, I'm spend your time. Say, because maybe say be unemployed. Now, the parliament, I'm research. But the parliament, I research on these projects. Source of funding, time a shas here, time NDC mobile home, time a sign. Who even started? Yes, can you compare for him? You read a bank, you do stage bank. And these are the facts. You read it better on here. I don't know. You read say journalists for class economic verify facts. No. You is you are not test education. You are not test your friend say roads. You person can someone. You man fa Ashanti region hono. And those are the discussions we want to have. It's a about the animal name propaganda and the dog would say that one very interesting.
Opportunity yes, now yet to expose the facts.
Critically analyze.
Okay, but the
projects be bro why you jam now funding e wo ho.
Me say doc mummy no pe.
Ayi muja to ho no mu a che say ayi akoka nwura mu akoka nwura mu a ye wo videos kra na amanfo etwitwa e dia kire wa ho na amanfo na ebo mo achi say mo ba here for so many years and na mo aja bibia ma ye yi say wa ho na all because one more buy and no more fail say sikadie bi akoso a e wo say ye investigation no near year one more stop projects nyinara well for so many years no investigation na nkosi babia o well many a bit so bet me am my fact say oh investigation aye about say investigation aye results are ebe ni eyi nipa yetimi che wo mu so mu ediska we ho eni bibisa ma out we ho and no waste time for so many years afi and no any brave say amanfo ehun say wo mu luzu Ashanti region and ampa wo de wani to form NPP luzu Ashanti region gradually.
Okay. Okay. So he's not ready to mention the two. So when at the right time, yes, at the right time, we'll have opportunity to discuss that. No, so at the right time. At the right time. So, Madam, I say I'll come to you soon. Punch, and I will hear Kessben television and Bray. We're also live on Facebook. We're live on YouTube. Dr. Michael Damwa and Dr. Kessben Owusu-Poku, highly educated young men, and I'm discuss Ghana and Bray Punch Jumadi. So, me my messages no kakrebi me ba. Then we go to NDC press conference by Sami Jamfi. Na Dr. Michael Damwa Mayehu, the basis for NDC for the moment of truth. Now, what issues they want Ghanaians to discuss and look at. Okay. So share messages about and break quickly. Then we'll come back to the studio. So good evening to you, lawyer. What an interesting and intellectual analysis from both parties. The MPP man is firing power. Victory 2024 is possible. Mchi Bosiako sends us this message. Okay. Say we punch, 80 punch, baby, or bia. Thank you for your message. Now, this one says, good evening to you, lawyer. A vice president basically has no executive mandate. That's why even the constitution allows a vice president to run for presidency, even the president has done his 2 terms. So even the Constitution recognizes that a vice president can take a different path from his president. K. Obuase Wawase sends us this message. Nana Akufo-Addo and Bawumia collecting tax wrongfully more than Zacchaeus in the Bible. Luke 19:2. Please check all the taxes they've imposed on us. Even Zacchaeus didn't do this to his people. Joe Abuase sends us this one. Interesting biblical text message. This one says, good evening to you, lawyer. The NDC man can talk 24 hours plus another 24 hours. Nothing can change our minds to vote for Dumso Mahama. I am Akuaku Francis, a.k.a. Kofi Redu from Ntunkumso. Pamwai, Adecheswa, no, Pamwaya. En fermente ya ebono and a friend in Tunkum. Aha, and you know, in Tunkum, so no, I don't know how relations with Pawaya Embo. Please ask the NDC man. Mahama told us he is not magician to create job for the youth in Ghana. Is he now a magician? Okay, one for the amba, but Sama will be Sadok and Yumbre Enono. Now, Kumau Hospital is ready for commissioning. MPP is building mother and daycare center at Comfort Noche Hospital. Kumasi International Airport, new technical institute at Kumau, Rose, new assembly offices, etc. I am Kwabena. Again, before MPP came to power, it took 7 hours to reach Accra. Now, Nana has done well, he says. Lawyer, ask the NDC doctor for me, what did they do for their strongholds, Volta region, when they were in power? Nanadum, Kumase, Kromwase, Doc, another one for you this evening. This one says, truth must be told. Ghanaians don't need mates like Bawumia, but we need a chief driver, President John Dramani Mahama. Joe from Abuaze sends us this message. This one is coming from Kofori Dua. It says, good evening to you, lawyer. So then DC didn't complete any hospital in 8 years. That's a good reason why we voted you. You are disappointing to Ashanti and Ghana as a whole. He keeps cooking figures without real fact check. Okay, you guys are going into opposition. Kwaku Ajay Koforudua sends us this message. Kwaku, facts and contradicting any of the figures, please let us know so that it makes the conversation very interesting. Ohene, good evening to you. I trust that you are doing well. Yes, I'm doing well by the grace of God. The NDC propaganda in Ashanti region won't work because MPP has done marvelously well, a lot in the Ashanti region as a whole. Honorable Asiko Darling, Kwabre East, as Sonomaso sends us, hey, Asiko Darling, it's in one of the old songs. So when you're Asiko Darling, one of the old songs by, I think, one of the musicians. Lawrence Boachi, A.K. Buche Asedria, Asorin Kwanta, near Unity Oil Filling Station, says we need Dr. Bawumia and the MPP to steer the affairs of the country. This one says NDC, the doctor speaking for NDC, he says it's too... Ose, so Drew, you are too gentle for NDC. You are too gentle for NDC. I don't know why people think people NDC community must be aggressive. This was a good evening to you, lawyer. Tell the NDC man that the total number of fiber optic networks in Ghana that have been licensed by the government is 7,234 kilometers. The NPP government has licensed a total of 6,756 kilometers, representing 93%. Again, the only concrete road in after Temamoto Way is under this government. There's no single project you handed over to the NPP with funding. This one is coming from Eric. Thank you, Eric, for your message. The NPP has disappointed the Ashanti region massively, but still will vote for them anyway. Okay, you've not added a name to this one. This one says, good evening to you, lawyer. Please, if doctor is saying that the NPP has disappointed Ashanti region, what did NDC2 did? What did NDC do for Volta region being their stronghold? NPP has done very well in terms of strongholds, in terms of strongholds. I am Lord from Accra. Okay, Lord, thank you for your message. Skillful Asante Bekwai says, looking at the vision of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, NDC should not worry themselves. They should rather campaign for the NPP. Okay. This one says, good evening to you, lawyer. 24-hour economy is an empty promise, and it's a serious Okay. Oga UCC sends us this message. Okay. Why do you think the 24 economy is a scam? It's a manifesto promise and a policy for that matter. Okay. Thank you, lawyer. And I'll say thank you to tell the doctor that it is important that the NDC recognizes that today's voters have evolved significantly since 2012. A change largely attributed to Nanado's implementation of free SHS. As such, it is critical they move beyond propaganda and instead focus on concrete facts and data. Tell him that as JDM, who once led the economic advisory team and was given an opportunity to prove himself and still failed, the same way Ghanaians are ready to offer Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia a similar chance to showcase his capabilities and contributions. Prince Adubuahin, a.k.a. Fayo, Buaman in the Afija Kwabre North District, sending us this message. This one says, hi, lawyer, please kindly dedicate some period of the punch to compare NDC and NPP project records in the Ashanti region alone. This will bring to rest the propaganda of the NDC that the NPP did nothing in the Ashanti region. Solomon Bimbila sends us this message. Well, Yakase will create the platform or the stage for this very interesting discussion. Can't wait. Dr. Bawumia said his ministers will be 50. But look at the large campaign team members he has selected. It's an indication that he's lying to the good people of Ghana. Frank Kumase sends us this message. Interesting one there. Okay. Lawyer, please tell the NDC doctor that Ursula Owusu didn't say what he is saying. She said that they built the digital center without chairs and computer in every room. Period. Ekwesi Apia Takrade sends us this message. Now, this one says, good evening to you, lawyer. Ghana is in the hands of people who always think of their pockets and stomach. They shouldn't forget that there's time for everything. Sir Aristo Sefshi Bekwai sends us this message. Now, this one says 3 minutes and I'm back to you at the studio. Good evening to you, lawyer. Thanks for the wonderful program. Greetings to your panelists. I am Prince from Tadi. I love the NPP doctor who is hitting the hammer right on the head. Indeed, NPP will break the 8. Dr. Baumia all the way, he says. Abdul Karim from Wenchi Bono region says, NPP, they are not serious. Ohene Gyan, very funny. Well, Ohene Gyan's chairmanship of the sports committee has generated a lot of insightful discussion. Okay. Good evening to you, lawyer. My name is Honorable Harry Teria from Bremen. Okay, Fusua Ansa, Asikuma Odobem Brakwa district. Please, parliamentary leadership reshuffle will help MPP votes in the central region to appreciate. My regards to Honorable Winifred Abedu Anyin, the parliamentary candidate for the good people of Asikuma Odobem Brakwa, the ticket of the NPP. This one says, good evening to you, lawyer. Please, Dr. Baumia, part of this current government. If yes, then why is he running away from the mess and at the same time claiming the good things as his achievement? Say no to Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, he says. This one is coming from teacher Z. Aguna Asaman, lawyer. MPP has disappointed Ghanaians, but John Dramani Mahama is not an option. There should be a new face altogether and not Baumia too. Okay, but you didn't mention any favorable new face. Good evening to you, lawyer. I am Kofi, watching you live from Tonso. Kofi arranged one very nice, beautiful kente at Tonso. I will negotiate. Ghanaians will be grateful to the NADO if they had been watching international television stations to know how the economies of some great nations are suffering. Now, this one says, good evening to you, lawyer, and your panelists. The fact is that when it comes to policy, for governance, NDC is nowhere near the MPP. John Mahama has nothing to offer Ghanaians. Baumia will win 2024 elections. Mula from Nkoko sends us this message. Okay, my 3 minutes is up. I'm back to the studio. Allow me, let me read this one. Fresh scandalous hits Ghana. Okay, you're saying an oil company has pleaded guilty for paying bribes to Ghanaians for oil drilling between 2009 2011. Who received that? Okay, we have not discussed this issue this evening, so with the greatest respect, we're not going in there. Now back to the studio. Misha Semfree, Dr. Michael Damwa on this NDC press conference that was made by Sami Jamfi regarding Public Accounts Committee and all that. Then NDC for Mopesa Ghana for when you say moment of truth, Mopesa yet about Ghana and under the MPP.
Yeah, you can say moment of truth from the perspective of NDC. About all the contradictions.
Okay.
All the contradictions since 2020.
Okay.
Well, till now, or let's say since 2017 till now, all the contradictions, especially from the head of the economic management team,
okay,
who is now the flag bearer of the NPP. So, Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, and I can say, and so say ye the tax eto mumuso. But under his leadership, and then ye were e-levy, ye were tax on mumu. Under Dr. Baumia's leadership, ye raise taxes bibri. Ono ankasa ne kan say e was say one more back for vigorous industrialization. Inti e was say ye relieve Ghana from taxes. Na yetimi ama productivity akoso for the sake of industrialization. Inti Dr. Baumia contradictions no. Ena Sami Jemfi decided say we have to expose him because he is not trustworthy. Anopa or can say enumere no asesana no. So that is the focus or let's say the principle of this campaign.
Okay.
On Dr. Baumia. He hasn't been truthful to Ghanaians.
Okay.
And now he wants to distance himself from his own government because he wants power.
Okay.
And we are saying that this person is not credible because he doesn't go by his own words. So Sami Jemfi has been doing this to expose the facts, the untruth, the lies from Dr. Mahmoud Baumia.
No, okay. Maybe that's, I'll come back to you. Doc, Kessben, how do you respond to this?
Lawyer, I think we have the benefit of history. In 2008, Fifi Kwete is NDC for General Secretary. And now we a similar thing, Forum for Setting a Record Straight. Abra Moreni Abawi 2018, we say it was just another platform of lies. Oko ne vetina kwa eche opankwa. Na ye pubi obeka say ubi a lack credibility. I don't think Sami Jemfi is the right person to do that. What you say? Because he's lied countless times ewo asempa ama enkofo ateneto. Now if you see
can you give
no, I can give countless examples. Let me baho. You see Baumia leadership. Now who is the leader of MPP? Who is the leader of government? And another. To say Baumia leadership and they introduce you Levia. It's neither here nor there. It comes back to the earlier example I made as a department. Baumia position on E-levy has been known right from day one. What you say? And I'll say, on no vision for Ghana, any say being a digitized society. And it wouldn't make sense, say, so create a digitized society, obe tax digitization. It becomes counterproductive. Look, that is the vision. What say, but me can't say me what the taxes are. Ora Mahama, I can't the vision. I can't bear 3 times or so. Why holding this town hall a day? But I can't say me man. This is AGI because ada. But me can't say we are the flat tax rate ebano. Who realize say AGI? Or more we are the owners of the factors of production. Or more na 24-hour economy. I say but by creating no. Or say but me idea ni mumu and more munyuma pija. That's the first thing. A year Guta say, this is what they've been talking about all these while. I'm gonna cry Maba Ghana every time. Importers and exporters akasa. Aboso kind for akasa. But say a sorry mazin, we read almost statement. So it tells you say the tax problem Ghana your tax system is so cumbersome, your tax system too difficult to maneuver. And as a result, per person it's when we are talking about the fundamentals of Ghana. Never say building Ghana, I bet standing the test of time in 50 years. We need to look at our tax structure. And it wasn't for any reason. And about Miaka say we AGI Muina Ekawasem. Now let's say good acquired almost on signing agreements. It tells you say he's setting the point. It must say, or about my vision idea. So resounding. Na mitie doc, na mitie this way, bra. It gives me a firm conviction say and this would they still live in an analog age. They are living in the past. By elections here, we're doc, about the future. Mahama vision is saying, or about me, I didn't vision about it. Or about me, I can't say, or see, passport office. Me magic passport, I'm just said, doc, was passport da. I don't know magic passport da. Now me Korean, me passport da. Yes, me say me take biometrics. No, it doesn't make sense. Luckily for us, our Ghana card, I would date in Eguso. All the vital data passport office edge. Ora Mahama ni mwenye now, but so no ni vision they say, obey passport office 24 hours. You know, Omeya Juan Opani and What about me? I say no, you can stay home. Once our Ghana card, or fail it detail, or fail now unya give you evidence of your Ghana card now. Once our NIA data, any passport office or macabo, you can stay home, you read my print amount. Then now what decided say you post office may deliver, and now say wabe. That is the Ghana we want. What you say? It's a message. Now can say some gem feed dinner or can ya would do 100. My example. Yeah. For instance, now you care about data on a Juma by creating.
Okay, if no permit me, member say a discussion no some gem focus because
an example
so that we look at what he said, the messenger, not the messenger.
Matias, it's media. They make say the vision of Dr. Baumia so far. Menti send this first ma babonte because Dr. Baumia tax policy no kan wasem enye. Ye timi babonte because go kon get ama ka so beti chere am this for no. Enye good idea because obeso build Ghana, you don't build a country based on patronage, sir. Ko the AC can never go kon get na mo. Adia akoko no say akoko no tukosua no atonkosua no say wan tukosua no atonko. Is that how you want to build Ghana? I think say no say Ora Mahama remains the same old Mahama. The vision I say we are research what collected data do we know. Yes, what be a point of saturation. New ideas be no ever. Ebio or say in the 24-hour economy. Unim say NDC one bigger problem NDC are facing and he say Omuna they don't understand what 24-hour economy means.
They don't understand.
They don't understand it. Why? So for Sukwachi, it's now say I don't watch economics and I watch you rabbit on 24 hours. What I say? We got Sanma, who ibi almost say a Kwakubahe. On the sea for be a deal go for commitment for 2 a.m. What I say? Mitie Yamin does say I mean you also think of it and Cantier or Kwan because I'm ringing because of VIP here Juma. And what's the NDC for? No, we saw almost say sectors Spain, a case of 24-hour economy there. Doc, pretty simple. I know they would make myself say 24-hour economy and say over a system. Our businesses be sectors be operating 24 hours around the clock. Currently, every country in the world there are some sectors operating 24 hours. Those sectors start where the primary sectors are and where extended demand. Transport, banking, we to say hospitality. Those sectors are operating 24 hours. And about 2 no rag go into so per dime, per biada. Now we can quite they operate 24 hours. What you say? It's 2% is for sectors when more operating 24 hours. The same sectors now operating 24 hours is here. Those sectors are not sabudi. The other things when they say Mahamani and this you confuse night economy 24-hour sectors operating 24 hours. Abra finance minister can night economy once. Former President John Mahama say he wasn't talking about night economy, only 24-hour economy. What I say back of NDC for man the Mahama kind is about night economy. Or the night economy in UK generates about 17 billion pounds. One can say the 24-hour economy generates this amount. The woman say there are some businesses we are able to pretty daytime. And you can go pretty, maybe say clubs. And you can go pretty. It's almost okay say okay no but make 24 economy. The question is say then I'll be able to more pretty daytime. The other thing is how say it be so pretty only the day they cannot operate at night. Offer a duma stores in beyond man for the daytime can move pretty. Almost pretty anymore. Eti muka say Obama sectors now operate 24 hours. Question na yimu bua yibusa ne say dey na Mahama be ye be mame maame and store where do. Waka say store no be anymore. Oja sabra we be all through the day.
Okay, so doc person ochim doc.
Dr. Mahmoud Baumia onye credible.
So not reason no.
The government riddled with corruption. PDS scandal. Dr. Mahmoud Baumia and another no. So what you say?
Another PDS.
That's not true.
Yes.
That's not true.
Scandal is see what PDS. Foreign.
Saying quite bad so. How?
And or can scandals no dey be break kwa. But mean to be money you know.
But had nothing to do with PDS.
But corruption I say a tarnish government way image huge. And I want me isolate Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia from this. If say a economic management team no header, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and that's so
no, but Doc, to be fair to facts, you know, so
yes.
because of corruption,
yes.
Ebia other sectorial and I say ebia departmental and I say ebia
Yes.
we can pinpoint say ebia we na ye corrupt activity we na ye can we give generic ISO the entire the economic management team no
Yes.
is tainted with corruption.
PDS unim say na America FME sika bi say enka wo mo de bebo ama ya hye energy sector
Electricity
government intervention na anko yi ena ma ye lose say sika no.
And how is Bawumia related to it?
Wo mo create bia even kra no adwuma na ntimi ankoso no na ye collect sika from your friends to a bank office as sika no basin na obia ntimi nkyere ba bia afa oba your friends many facts no ha
Okay.
but oba sector be to say a Japan deal basin na project no ntimi and go through and yes successful but sika payments be ebam sa payments no sa sika na ye luzu ye no besi na obi nim be biafa and nobody is accounting for it well when no mo na kire say aban we very corrupt na wuntimi nyi Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia emfimu na menua ka 24-hour economy. Ghana, Osha situation a ye wom ye current economic situation a ye wom ya. Any man koye. In fact, even ye loans ye ntimi service. Ye the countries be breaka. China, ye the omoka. Ama yankasa ye declare say ye ntimi ntua ye ka. Enti ye ma ye time. Even internally, ye were your friends say, Cabebre or Honoma, yentimi ntuaye. So what you say? Enti abai we are fairly completely, and you can't isolate Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia from it.
Okay.
24-hour economy, the entire NDC Edebane say, based on the failure of this government, no, it is necessary for Ghana to be very productive. If say country be any productive, no, a failed state. So won't be end producer. Said the Mahmoud Bawumia can say, abe transform Ghana with vigorous industrialization. And then taxes are no more fail say 1 bit me a year free honomo. Na industrialization abe transform Ghana no. Industrialization no amaso. Industrialization no amaso. One factory then the policy no they say
One district,
one factory no. Anya adwuma.
We're sure.
Anya adwuma.
We're sure, Doc.
So
Propaganda high or do.
Enti dear John Dramani Mahama can say 24-hour economy no. Ebema Ghana are productive.
Okay.
Sectors be ewo Ghana hanomwa. Ye feel say yetimi ema 24-hour economy ne ye aduma. Na mebru if say unemployment ye very high ewo Ghana. Enti strategy a ebema mebru no etimi enya aduma ye. So what you say? If you say yentimi rely on business as usual, now the same employment na na wo no mo. Ye twen say binum beko retirement answer yetimi we have to create job opportunities. Enti 24-hour economy no will allow the youth to enjoy job opportunities. And it's a binimo and it's a running shift. Now a binimo anopa a point numera a binum so beti mi akwa na ajo. Now many I can say a night economy.
Oh yes,
and or say
you are confusing even night economy.
No, we are not confusing night economy.
Yeah, because I've read
yes,
and I believe so
night economy
because on compare the more carry to the cost of UK.
Night economy no a part of 24-hour economy. We are not calling it night economy. If that and yet just about night economy, we are looking at the economy as a whole. Well, and you know, how do we transform this sector? We are making sure say you're running shifter. One more ever call daytime no. Bepon ne binuma to aswa na ajo. Na yenu within the NPP I can say it is already happening in hospitals no
sectors
yes, certain strategic sectors. But many are making me can't say woko hospital during the night no obeko na dodo na ada nurses ne doctors kura wunyebi obi timi kotena hospital na obi oyare critically obetna hon mama abo 5 a.m. sometimes 6 ebi okra na 8 o'clock na feina doctor ifi baby eba no abehwe no enti owo ho nyina no na chose nurses no na try say bia ye be ma no bibia na say ote entuntum mu ena entuntum sa awe na aka ho. So what we mean is that we have to restructure certain sectors of the economy and make sure say we run shift well with a very efficient monitoring group ebe supervising na yehu say Ghanaians are being productive. And you know you run a shift now anajo one eni adwuma ye emepunu a woman so qualify ne dudo na edwane kwa abrochire no, they will be employed. They will have the opportunity to gain employment, okay. Do something for themselves.
Okay.
And only 24-hour economy, no?
Okay.
And we are not looking at traditional sectors, say be a hospital, and say ports and harbor. Na shift near day, but it will be an opportunity to make it our tradition. Say Ghana has been transformed. This is a new vision.
Okay.
Every sector no ebetimi aye adwuma. Na say institutions be aye adwuma. And na say the private sector. Say business people if they are ready to invest, we'll encourage them by giving incentives. Say electricity consumption. Under normal circumstances, no, high. And you know, just as an incentive to encourage them,
okay.
To motivate them to operate in the night, okay. And then help people, employ more people. It is if we are able to employ more people, we'll be productive.
Okay.
First of all, we'll alleviate the level of poverty in Ghana, will alleviate unemployment.
Okay.
And secondly, because they are productive, we'll be able to produce more and even export. Because you can only export, you can only address issues like inflation and all that if you are able to export product instead of importing all the time. But Ghana said your economy it's all about importation.
Okay.
Import every sector all over the place. And you know, the 24-hour economy is a new vision to incentivize Ghanaians, okay. To be more productive.
Okay.
And the Ghana government will make sure we supervise, we restructure the economy in such a way in human betimi akoso.
Maybe that's Dr. Michael Damwa and I will share no in Yumbre I would say no enyumbre or punch Jumadie so our Kessben television ocean live our Facebook. We are also live our YouTube enyumbre ya keka and sem epi kaske member hosts here but quickly no mame just permit me na me and can few messages then I'll come back to you. Okay, so this one says, good evening to you, lawyer. I am Adum from Doma Akwamu. There's nothing that the NPP will do to win elections come December 7. The campaign team of the NPP will never change anything. The same NPP, the same leadership style, the same elephant, and the same incompetence. 24-hour economy is the only way to rescue the already buried economy. JDM all the way. Greetings to Honorable Rachel Owusua, the incoming MP Doma East. He says, thank you, sir. Thank you also for the message. Good evening to you, lawyer. My name is Solomon from Timpani. The only confused political, I'm sure I wanted to say politician or political party in Ghana is the NPP. They have not prepared for 2024 election, he says. Good evening to you, lawyer. I can see 24 hours of doomsday than 24-hour economy. The second cabinet of Mahama will be more dangerous than the World War II. It is possible. Mahama never again. Hubert Asherewa Bonteufo sends us this message. And this one says, good evening to you, lawyer. Afoko, deputy youth organizer, Akontombra constituency. Good evening to you, lawyer. The MPP as a political party did not force anyone to resign or to be reshuffled simply because the party structure of managing its own affairs has not been changed since we started this current democratic dispensation. But the current MPP party structures has given showdown to former President Mahama is NDC. That is why they are talking as if we did the reshuffle for them. As this matters, okay, greetings to Honorable Alex Tete, MP for Akontombra constituency, he says. And I say, lawyer, thank you. And I say thank you to told the NDC man that when Prof. Mills was the vice president, he told us that he is not his own when he becomes a president. He will abolish the 31st Women's Movement. He did when he became a president. He abolished the 31st Women's Movement. So if Dr. Baumia say that it is true, Kramo Obuase sending you this message. Thank you, Kramo, for your message. And this one says, good evening to you, lawyer. Once again, this is Frank, the 83-year-old man in Accra, Adabraka. Please, my only message to all Ghanaians, especially the youth, is that Dr. Baumia is our generation leader. And whether we like it or not, Dr. Baumia will win December 2024 with 65%. No two ways about that. I tell you, it is bound to happen. I am Frank. Thank you. 83-year-old Frank. Thank you also for this message. And thank you for watching Punch. Lawyer Alaji Dr. Baumia is the best man to lead the nation in 2025. As for the former President Mahama, the only legacy he can boast of during his tenure was to introduce new word into dictionary, that is doing so. Ola from Agona sends us this message. This one said that is Volta and Ashanti regions. Okay. Okay, it says if not Reagan, MPP can never win. Watch the table below. Okay, unfortunately, the table there I'm unable to watch. Ernesto number 1 says the MPP has a good team for 2024, but they must listen to the people on the ground. Thank you for your message. And this one says, lawyer, thank you. Can you please ask the NDC man for me that he said Dr. Bawumia is a weak candidate, but he is the best candidate as compared to ex-president Mahama. Yaboating Kumasi since as this message, and this one says, "Good evening to you, lawyer. I am Sir Amas Jachi Busumche. Dr. Alaj Mahmoud Bawumia has become the headache for the NDC because the former president John Dramani Mahama himself cannot even explain his 24-hour economic policy. Ghanaians should reject him again for the third time. Regards to Dr. Osei Aduchumi coming vice president." Okay. Lord, thank you. I am Mame Bruni calling you from Seria Junction. Former president says he's coming to collect his mistakes. So they say that vice president also coming to correct his mistakes. Okay. This one says, "Good evening to you, lawyer Ohene Gyan. My name is Ras Chacha from Yape in the central Gonja. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is very, very confused and running away from his own responsibility as economics to digitalization. All names mentioned under the campaign team for MPP are all active members of MPP machinery. All the big names mentioned will not help MPP win 2024 general elections," he says. Thank you for your message. And this one says, "Please, who is Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia? He is vice." What is that question? I say answer. Okay, Kessben, I'm coming to you soon. Okay, sorry for that. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia made digitalization popular to hear, to work with and enjoy it. Okay, thank you also for your message. This one says, "Hi, lawyer. So this is what the NDC want Ghanaians to vote for them. I am so disappointed for them. Bawumia all the way," he says. "Please next time add your name." And this one says, "Good evening to you, lawyer. Please ask the NDC man what is this he's talking about. I believe governance is continuous. So assuming without admitting, if NDC put on all the structures, does it mean Bawumia should have left it there so that our taxpayers' money should have gone waste?" Okay, that is the questions he's asking this evening. And this one says, "Good evening to you, lawyer. We Ghanaians who will vote based on merit. During the bad governance of JDM, Kinky was 1 Ghana cedis. MPP claimed they were the best. However, a ball of Kinky is now 4 to 5 cedis depending on the area or town. How much was lorry fare from Kumasi to Accra? These are the common mathematics we will consider voting on December 7. Nanaya Breman, economics tutor, sends us this message. Good evening to you, lawyer. I'm Daddy Sule from Tachima and Bono East. So the friend of the mates are still doing the propaganda?" He is asking this interesting question. Now, this one says, it appears the NDC, Kessben,
Lawyer.
Let me come back to you because we have barely 5 minutes. Let me hear you.
I think questions you are on. Say me catch me senior dog. He say, "You are in Yama, mountain semester." Because so bana we can say a Japesi kamungu baby afa. Me catch you say me. And yes, I am members of parliament. Munya campaign muncho muna. Then they are a waste. Respectfully, I didn't know much parliament. If Skebia for everyone munya, why don't you set up a committee in parliament? At least you are lucky to have backbone. Mu set up a committee probe it. Nangana for name. The omom joy day. The mu yani na no just another talk shop. Sir and Trotsky mam use Twitter and web na mo say. Doc say corruption. I think say NDC forging corruption on power. Mr. Comde, Mr. John Mahama and Mr. Brejana for. He's the only candidate. Or more I say so far you mean now. I know directly an issue of corruption. from a brand where vice president talking about Amajaro, talk about the Embraer situation, talk about Airbus and one sense seminal what I say obey even president Kanazoi and man Ford in the interview maybe can I say Ford will admit it Ford government official one name so these are things so corruption once a month maybe as far as corruption once a month John Mahama as a person because NDC crowd entitled John Mahama as a person to the John Mahama jinana de ba omi agina ha why na Ghana for because we there go back corruption one John Mahama catch say 4 years is not enough to do anything useful in government me say dog say so ba we try 8 years ada. So what's that depend on more than about you. It means say all bano and small canina and hooks.
John Mahama with less than 4 years.
Maybe. Mostly project come associated with John Mahama. Baby na Shasha Mills. John Mahama cry legacy. That's why I make us say, you make sector by sector project analysis. Two by all the dates are project the Shasha. When I was a mill said,
oh, so this level is for you.
Ebion so they say. You say, Obia went to manage an 8-hour economy. I promise you 24-hour economy. One no battlefield. Obano chop money crowd won't mean mano. Also, compare girl, I promise a girl and say girl, no, did make go into lip every morning. And I'm John Mahama, no. What do you say? We can't 24-hour economy, and as some of say, is the interplay between demand and supply. When there is no demand, you can supply nothing. No business will supply be at their demand anyhow. This is basic economics 101. It's and this for one side we are saying. It do I'm one simple example. If pharmacies say what confirm change. Those pharmacies no be catch jobs on 24 hours because there's a standard demand. Offers pharmacies say what me area tafo 3 months abetia PVSA. And now be pharmacy now 5 million juma me doctor juma. Nipa 10 penny be ba ho anwumre all through the night. And for so be yan ntimi nche mi nuka. So pa mo fa soldiers Monfa Bob and Cobo, Mopa Monfa Sulukumit when you media. Oh, no, oh, shop no. And you people are failing to understand, say, and I explain to Ghanaians, say, dear Namobe MF PVs, and now say, I'm ubiquity, and a shop, a doom, and I said, the Sada Mikaka could be a shop no all through the night. It is sector some who boss in our transport already, almost 24 hours. Dog who peer numerals, when you say, your hands or tape in Pebus Uniano, or who peer numerous portrait can of Faka and call your boat to Kufi, a 24-hour economy. What you say? Ebio, so pe hotel ada, that's why kwako brand won't mean call ebio, or fat golden bina, your hands will scap on a bit metia, no kwako dawo, a 24-hour economy. What you say? Banking sector and sika sano beso use free accounts mu, a chunk of foka, or team make payment anytime. Online, and this for Momu Mr. Almost say online commerce, 1 minute 24 hours. Let me observe that Ben will be to a day online, 2 a.m. I can just say Banantoda. What I say, the more you and I say, a year, crocodile John. Now, interestingly, dog, Ekasan, dog is a dog, we senior. Dog, they were being. But dog, Ekasan said, no, I hate Jamasa, quite rhetorics now. Rhetorics, I know the number.
Doctor, no, catch champion Simon Chow, also Moshe on tea. Can't choose or chow.
Rhetorics now. And I think, moving forward, no Ghanaians, yeah, Ghana, Mebuno. Now, see, early school, no, and those days, and I said, get a coach now, but we were better like summer will be answered. Once I said, Banu be a ridiculous. And this is for Murefi say, the man Ghana code Doom Somu was simply because of the indebtedness of ECG. Then I'm waiting my can't say, Bamiamusampa, indebtedness, and Muja to 2.9 billion American code Doom Somu. Okay, so indebtedness, no, this time I'm feeling
okay, that's a very good note to end the program. Unfortunately for us, no. 10 no abo to see doc 1 minute if you want to say something.
Oh, dear person me can say said the mini akan no say obi propaganda and so we share and Airbus just say you nyafi mfa for Mahama na the Airbus na the Ford and
the only vice president the setting committee
evidence because of corruption say sansem no nyina na
okay now this is the
and now secondly the me person me kan ema ye nyina ye ti ase Ghana fo nyina ti ase and say 24-hour economy no a vision ebesesa ye way of life ye said ye see ye niema if say wonam ufi Kumasi ekwa Accra after 10 no fuel stations na close well 24-hour economy no Ebema fuel stations etimi operate 24 hours.
That's okay. We need more time to interrogate the 24 hour when we know about that. Gentlemen, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay, so on behalf of the producers of the program, let me say big thank you to Dr. Kessben Owusu Poku, who is a policy analyst and a strategic communicator for the New Patriotic Party. Let me also say a very big thank you to Dr. Michael Damwa, who is a chairman, NDC Professional Forum, and a lecturer, Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. Thank you, Professor Johannes Atta, wherever you may be. I greet you this evening. Mo share mo send messages to me and kan nyina mo fa enche me da mo nyase. Nyankopon nya adoma na wo send ne besi abeso mo ewo punch jumadie no eso ekramo.